Greetings, everyone. So, I am outside in my yard and I am super excited because I am looking at the first few flowers of my St. John's wort plant. So, let me show you. So, I don't know if you guys remember, but this is a St. John's wort plant that I planted last year, and I started this plant hydroponically. And I took the chance and just kind of put it in soil out here. And initially, it was like just kind of concentrated just in this little corner over here, but it has spread throughout the pot, that I have it in. And these today, I saw them coming, but this is the first time that they actually, produced the flowers. So I'm very excited to see these, and can't wait for more. It looks like there's a few other uh, vines that'll be ready to pop flowers out. Looks like they're going to flower more. So this is around the time, I guess June, is around the time that St. John's, actually goes into flower. So I'm like super excited because this is kind of a experimental plant, if you will, being that I started it, hydroponically and put it into the soil, and now it's thriving. I did move the pot. I had the pot, it was kind of under a tree, so it was getting like partial shade and partial sun. So, and now that I moved it, and I think that was the game changer, because it loves the sun. It does love full sun. It can thrive in partial shade, but it wasn't flowering. It didn't look like it was going to flower to me, so I decided to kind of just move it into full sun. Now I will say it may have shocked it a little bit because it does look like some of the leaves were affected or whatever have you. But one thing that I did do this spring, coming in this spring, is I cut it back some. So they say, you prune it and that'll help also flower. So that was probably also a big factor there. So but this was just planted last year, so this is the second year. St. John's wort flowers in the second year of growth. So I don't know if y'all can hear this frog in my daggone pond, but it is going off. But St. John's wort flowers in the second year. So, like I said, I'm super excited. And St. John's wort, just a little bit about it. It's a nervine, of course. It's a nervine that people use for like mild depression and anxiety. It's been used for it's like a regenerative. It has regenerative properties, so it can actually help with regenerating nerves. So and it's also antiviral. Now, me personally, my personal experience with it has been I used to have really, really bad pinched nerves. I used to get pinched nerves really bad. So I would take the tincture, and I would take it like regularly, back to back, like every couple hours or whatever. I would tincture just to loosen that nerve up. So something like, if anyone's had a pinched nerve, it can take days or even weeks for pinched nerves to like loosen. So when I would take St. John's wort, with the regularity that I was taking it, like every hour, every 2 hours, the pinched nerve would loosen up within 2 days, maybe 2 days. But I will say, when you're taking St. John's wort in that type of dosage, it does become sedative. It can be mildly sedative. So definitely, it's something that if you're taking it in larger quantities, you want to be mindful of that, especially if you're like, operating machinery, or if you're working or doing whatever that it is sedative. So it is the nervine, it relaxes the nerves, and which is why I was taking it for the pinched nerve. And it does wonders for it. It does wonders for pinched nerves. So, yeah, I love this plant, and I did want to, incorporate it into my garden and, grow some myself. So, again, I am super excited about seeing these flowers. So I can't wait to, start being able to harvest enough to collect and use, because as you know, using the fresh flowers are the only part of the plant and in the fresh state, which will produce that deep dark red oil or tincture. So using the fresh flowers, and maybe I can pinch one here and just see if I can get. Well, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to let them go because I want to let them grow a little longer before I start harvesting them. But, I will show you guys, you can pinch, some of the flowers, and you'll get that red, that resin coming from them. Let me see. Here, I'm going to do one anyway. So just a little bit, but you do get some of the red residue from the flowers and the essential oils that are within the fresh plant only. So really looking forward to working with this, and I just wanted to show you guys. So have a great day. Ashe.
Oh na na na, put your hands in the air if you're loving tonight. Oh na na na, keep your hands in the air if you're spending the night. Oh na na na, oh na 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 na. Everybody say it like